common. Oh.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Frozen Frontier, where we are discussing, do the Brits have any secular holidays?
The answer is yes, but not for any particular reason.
Only when the Queen gets married or dies, basically.
No, we have like summer bank holiday, but it's just called summer bank holiday.
Mm.
It's not like a Independence Day or some other USA sort of like circle check.
All right, you guys are taking off. You are at the edge of town. You've stopped to catch your breath. What the hell was that thing?
Yeah. What was that thing? What was in the house?
Like I said, whorehouse.
Whorehouse.
Yes.
Why was there a ghost in the whorehouse?
Good question. I could not find the answer while I was there.
Do you think that there's important evidence in there that we should seek to gain, or should we just stay away from that thing?
In hindsight, Neal, running through the house, were there valuables left untouched? Like it looked like it hadn't been pillaged, right?
Oh yeah, there were tons of valuables lying around. Maybe if you had taken your time, you could have picked something up.
I could have also died.
Yeah, well, you know. No
Yarmir,
risk, no reward.
Could you kill it?
No.
I don't see we've got much choice then, unless one of you've got a magic sword you're not telling me about.
Why would I ever hide a magic item from you?
You wouldn't.
No.
Let's try and get some sleep. I believe my watch is over. I say as like we get back to the thing.
I won't be sleeping tonight.
I feel like Yaromir will probably get some sleep. Maybe Ferris, but William and Grimes are definitely having a restless night.
I think if Grimes is staying up or offering to stay up all night, Ferris says, excellent, I can get a full night of sleep then. No waking up halfway through. Thank you, Grimes.
All right.
I try and sleep though. I toss and turn.
Sure. The day passes.
The night passes.
Night passes, whatever.
Yeah.
It is now Thursday, the 5th of October.
All right. Do I still feel damaged? Like how does my injuries present?
More like fatigue and exhaustion and like soreness and achiness and just like lack of energy. You're just like.
All right. But I forced myself out of bed. Look, I think I'm gonna need a few days to recover, and I'm sure Grimes is the same.
A few days. Need a few weeks. Could use a vacation. Ship me back to Drekus for.
I can help you with your injuries, William. There is nothing physically wrong with you. Grimes has a few cuts and bruises I can tend to, but there's little in the way of healing I can do.
I mean, we still get the healer bonus, right? Like just making sure that people are properly tended to, drinking.
I wouldn't give it
amounts of fluid.
if I were DMing, but Neal might be.
No, you're not. You don't get the healer bonus. There's no wounds to tend to.
We still need food. So
Neal, does falling damage recover as if it were like temporary? Like is it
no? We're just going to count it as
respect?
regular damage.
Okay, but I can at least gain bonus HP from Yaromir for that.
Totally.
But if we get total bed rest, do we still get 2 HP a day, or are we just limited to 1?
Oh, we do. Okay.
Yeah, if you get total rest, you'll get 2. You don't get the 3 from having the healer around, though.
Okay. So I need about a week to get to full health.
I would say Ryan probably could because he took 3 damage from falling, right?
Right. Ryan can get an extra point. He can get 3 extra points from the healing. Right.
For 3 days.
Or 2 extra points because he took 2 damage from the fall.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
But yeah. So
Okay.
that's sort of.
So let's say 3 days for now then, unless anything else comes up. I'm gonna try and get some rest, but anyone who feels up to it, if you can try and get some food.
I think it'd be best if we all rested for a day or 2 before worrying about that.
Okay.
All right.
You guys want to just skip ahead through a few days?
How much food do we have?
Enough for 3.5 days.
Do you wish to rest for 3 days?
2 days of rest, and then I can go look for food.
It's a bit risky.
How much firewood do we have?
If we can't find food in the immediate area, we're going to starve anyways.
There's infinite firewood outside.
How very convenient. Die anyway. We are close to seashore, yes? Perhaps I shall go look for mussels.
Good idea. Maybe you can blow up a seal or something.
You guys pass 2 days. Yaromir, you're going down to the sea to gather mussels?
Yeah, I'm gonna go down to the coastline to gather mussels, look for magic missile-sized meat and whatever.
Sure.
Maybe salt. Maybe I'm looking for like salt deposits. Seems like salt is a major theme in the workings of the undead and in magic. So perhaps we need a lot of salt around to protect ourselves from ghostly encounters.
Sure enough, down on the beach, you find anemones and mussels and all sorts of chilled water creatures about. You can harvest them for...
I brought a fishing net along with me for just this purpose. I set up the fishing net off the shore a little bit.
Yaromir doesn't have a fishing proficiency, though, right?
No. Yeah. He doesn't know what he's doing, but he's trying.
Sure, and you know what? Trying is mostly what counts.
Yes.
Right? You can't catch a fish if your line's not in the water.
That is very true.
Very wise.
That sounds more like Croak wisdom, though, than Yaromir wisdom.
Yeah.
All right, so Yaromir, you don't catch any fish that day, but you
Fair
do
enough.
manage to gather some other supplies that will just negate how much you guys eat. It's
Okay.
a little bit of rough going out there on the rocks, especially with the tide coming in now and it being so freaking cold and you not wanting to get wet too much.
Right. Right.
So you can replace the food that you eat that day, that
Okay.
first day. The second day, I'm sorry, your fishing does not go very well, but your general food gathering is enough to, as long as you guys don't mind eating raw mussels. I guess you can
whatever.
cook them.
We can cook them. Yeah, we got a fire going perpetually.
Yeah, you got a fire going. You can make mussel soup, or
Yeah.
stew, or something.
Okay, so we've done 2 days and we haven't burnt any rations.
Right. So everyone gained 4 HP except for Grimes, who gained 6 HP.
And then I will go help out Yaromir after the second day.
Do you have a hunting proficiency?
I have survival.
Survival. There you go. Why don't you make me? Oh God, I don't remember what we determined for this last time. You can
I don't even remember.
come up with a certain amount of food, right?
Yeah. Oh, I can forage for food, and I have like a block of time I can do it in.
Right.
What's the weather like today?
It is light.
Okay, so that's pretty good conditions. That's 2 per hour, right?
Yep.
Okay. Let me pull up the survival skill really fast. Proficiency's 2. Survival. It's, I think, 2d6 turns.
That sounds right, and you can get some amount of food in that period of time.
Was it 2d6 or 2d4?
I
I think it might have been 2d4.
Let's
You
see. Success means food, water, or shelter is found. It will typically take d6 hours to find water. 2d6 turns to forage enough food for 1 person.
Per day. Okay. So I have 22 warmth points. I'm losing 2 per hour, so I can do 11 hours of this before I really need to go back. I guess 10 hours that I have time to make it there and back.
So 60 turns, that is.
Yeah.
At
Alright.
some point during these 2 days, I'm sure my entire day is not spent farming mussels. I would like to consult the bones and ask them if the body of the ghost is in the pleasure house.
Ooh, okay. You cast your stones, and they land edge up, like they land on the small edge, which indicates a source of terrible evil.
Okay.
Is that good enough for you?
I find 9 person days of rations.
Oh, lovely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
It's
7.
58, so it was just under 60 turns.
Cool. And I think you need to make a proficiency check with each of those. So, like, roll me 90, 20, and what
It's a
do you-
proficiency check?
Right? Isn't it a survival check? Is it automatic?
I thought it was automatic if I know how to survive in the climate.
Wait,
I think a successful proficiency check yields
Yes.
whatever
Yeah, it needs to be a
yields.
success.
So I just make one check, or
let's just do like one check for each. What is your
where does it say how this works? Because I found the survival skill, but it doesn't have the full listing of how foraging for food works.
Where did you roll, Sean?
He rolled secret to the GM.
Yeah,
so
I didn't want to like flood the chat window because there's like 9 rolls.
So you need to roll a 9 or better on a d20. I can copy and paste the survival proficiency rules to you in Zoom.
For each one, or for...
That's what I'm wondering. I'm wondering what the
just
wording
roll me.
is.
How many rations did you find? Took you how long to do this? How many?
58 turns. So just under 10 hours.
6, 7, 8,
So
9.
if it's 9
checks.
rolls, you should just roll it 9 times.
Yeah, roll me 9d20, and we'll count all the 9s and above as successes.
Okay. Okay. Let me pull this up. I'll just roll up here.
1, 2, 3, 4 successes. So you find 1 day worth of food, basically.
5.
5
1, 2,
successes.
3, 4,
5
5.
successes.
I'm sorry. You find 5 successes. So add 5 days of rations to your food, to your
And then
supplies.
do we go no rations lost today because of Yaramir?
I don't know. So Yaramir's, what are you doing? You've done your divination.
Right. I went and I fished on the shoreline 2 days, right?
Okay.
And then in intervening hours, I consulted the bones.
So have
Right.
you been picking mollusks today as well?
Yeah.
Ooh,
So we
hey,
got-
you know what? Your fishing net catches something.
We already rolled for this, Neal. Neal, we already
I
rolled
thought
2
this
days.
was day 3.
This
Day
is day
3,
three.
We stayed here 2 days.
I thought we only rolled day
Meaning,
1 for you.
Why are we staying a third day? Okay.
Because we need food.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
this is
fished again on the third day.
which does very well for you. You actually come back with a net full of, God, what are they called? What are those fish that swarm together that then get
Sardines, anchovies.
Fine, we'll call them sardines. They're not what I'm thinking of, but sure.
Awesome. That's great.
Yes.
So how many days do you get?
You get with that 12 days of food
Woo!
of fish. Yeah.
So do
Gentleman
you
is
not,
very excited by this. He's
not bother
he
with
will
the-
not stop talking about how amazing this was that he actually caught fish. Right? He is so proud of his fishing skills.
so you don't bother with the mussels today, right? Yeah, because you
I
catch
probably
fish.
pick them anyway, right? Because
Why not? You gotta like leave the net there for a while.
working the fishing net, right?
Great. So we've got 31 days of rations after today. So we're back up. We're back up to where we started. So that's good. So I'm ready to. We can head out tomorrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that was the third day.
That is the third day. Everyone.
I
gain-
suggest we bring more firewood as well. We're probably not going to have that many trees along the path.
So that
William
gets
and
you
Grime.
6 HP, except for Grimes, who gets 8.
Right, and except for Ferris, who spent the day hunting, so he doesn't gain any HP.
Okay.
So
Wait, how did Yaramir recover HP when he was like doing fishing and
He
picking?
didn't. Yaramir hasn't
Okay.
recovered any HP.
Then okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can carry more firewood. Oh no, I can't. I think I'm maxed out. I can do like another 5 pounds, 6 pounds. But then I'm maxed.
Okay. So now what? Where are you going to go?
The mines. Well, north up the path. I think that was the decision. I don't think anything's changed unless anyone's got an argument to make to the group.
The mines is where I'd say this is the most lucrative possible direction we could take, or
I agree.
the best bet.
Especially if we're pressed for time. Should we burn the whorehouse before we go?
No, we might find a magic
Are we
sword.
burning things now? Should I go build a fire?
Apparently
Let's just
not.
leave it. It seems relatively safe as long as we don't approach it.
Yes. I should mention each night that you spent in that tower, that ghostly light appeared in the same building every night.
Is it the
So-
only one?
It's
Like there's no
only
other
one.
haunted buildings in town?
Only one.
So as we pack up our gear on the morning of the 4th day, getting ready to leave, and we're about to head out the north path. I say to Yaramir, Yaramir, do you have any last arguments to make for traveling south?
They believe it has been decided. Let us go to mine.
All right.
Excellent.
So we head north.
Towards the mountain pass.
So I'm expecting you to lead the way here, Grimes. Make sure the footing's safe.
Yeah, Ferris wants to cut down a little bit more firewood. I have extra weight I can carry, so I want us to have a surplus.
Sure. Why don't you roll me d6 plus 3 for your distance, because it's a moderate day, and then multiply that by 0.75 because you're all lightly encumbered, or your slowest person is lightly encumbered. You make a good 6 miles that day, which will get you basically to the base of the mountain.
Okay.
I think we would just beeline to the mountains, not necessarily looking for whatever that cut path is.
And then overnight, I'll chop down an extra 14 pounds of firewood that I can carry and still be in light encumbrance range. And then I think William's got how much? 30 hours?
No, 44 hours.
44.
Yeah.
And then, so from here, it looks like there's a path cut through the mountains, like switchbacks up the mountain sides as opposed to like...
Yeah, it looks like 154.
Okay.
There must be some way through the mountains if the Gnolls got here.
I don't know. Maybe they climbed up and over or around.
Are they good
guess we'll
climbers?
see.
Okay. I guess we're just
I
going to
don't
keep going that direction. So the next day, after you mark rations.
Stop and rations, yeah.
The next day is, again, a moderate day. Why don't you roll me some stuff there, Sean?
As I drop rations, I'm going to replace with firewood.
Sure.
Wait.
That's fine. You got enough time in your day to do all that.
Yeah.
Distance, John?
Oh, right. Is it just D6 again?
Same thing. Yeah, d6 plus 3.
Another 6
Another
miles?
6 miles. Notes.
Are we still close enough to use the trees? Or cut down the trees?
There are a few trees on these paths.
Oh, okay.
I mean, that should supply plenty of firewood. Like, even one tree supplies a lot.
Yeah, you can continue to chop trees down. And after this point, you're getting out of the, like, nice, fairly easy to climb mountain and into a slightly more difficult terrain here. It is cut, but there's a lot of snow and ice here, which is making, well, you know what? Screw it. No, this is a path. We'll keep this at regular
We do have,
speed.
like, proper snowshoes and everything to
this
make
isn't
this...
like climbing a mountain. This is climbing a hill. Yeah, this is just
So-
climbing
It's
a hill
like
because of
following
the
a road
incline.
up a mountain.
Are we
Yeah,
still
it would
down?
be a really shitty mountain pass if it required a
Right.
mountaineer to get through.
Right, right.
Are we still getting 1 HP a day then?
Yes, no, because that 1 HP could only be provided by the healer. But since this is non-physical damage, it's like spiritual damage. It doesn't.
No, isn't it just from some not combat?
If it's non-physical
like general
damage, then
resting?
why would
You
like
need
it
to
makes sense that we
rest.
don't
No,
heal
You,
from...
you don't get Yaramir's healer bonus when you're.
No,
I
but
know,
you
I
get
mean, I mean, if it's non-physical damage, why does taking action cause us to not heal naturally?
Dude, it's magic. You can't argue it.
Yeah, but
So this
we
is the
still,
way
get the,
that-
we still get the 1 a day, the base 1 a day healing.
That's
right?
what I
don't
mean.
normally
One a day
get
is because
base
I'm
one-
a healer.
Yes, you get base
Right.
1 a day because you're doing
When you
strenuous.
travel-
Right, that's what. But what I mean is, you
Healing
naturally
get is
heal.
because I'm a healer.
Right.
If you're traveling and you don't have me with you, you don't get that healing.
Right, but that's for
Okay.
physical damage. If the same logic says that Yaramir can't give us the healer bonus,
You
then
need
why
to
do we not
rest
recover?
to recover this.
Because you need
can't
to
strain,
rest.
Yeah,
This is so
Okay.
obvious.
you can't restrain your system even with this magical, spiritual, emotional damage.
Yeah, sure, fine.
We do all have climbing harnesses now, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
So if it comes down to it, we can we'll tie together if the
Yeah.
going gets sketchy.
You move on to the next day, mark rations, which is light. So D8 plus 6 times 0.75.
8 plus 6. 10.5.
Ooh, that definitely gets you the rest of the way pretty quickly. In fact,
Nice.
you reach the end of this trail, and let's see if I have any notes on this.
And you find a mine. Congratulations. Go back.
We gotta find what's in the mine.
You come to a mine, very, very obviously a mine. There is a big archway at the front of the mine, and you notice right away that the snow stops at the edge of the mine and does not pass through to the other side.
Like,
Interesting.
Like under the mine where it's indoors anyways?
like it's there's a
Like
it's
a
being
magical
physically
barrier
blocked,
stopping the
or
Like
snow?
there's like the snow will like piles up on the outside of where this mine is. You can see this from a bit of a distance. So like rather than the snow like pouring in the mine as it rains down on the outside and kind of tumbles in, it just like stops.
Does it look like it's been shoveled, or there's any sort of barrier in the way?
You would have to get closer. You're at like
Sure.
a few hundred feet.
So I think we go to the mine entrance.
we're gonna travel up to it.
Okay. You get to within 50 feet of the mine, and it still looks like that nice clear divider. You get within 20 feet of the mine, and you can see inside. And it's not made out of stone. It is. It looks like a mine made out of salt. It looks just like salt walls.
Salt mine. Well, we're still
That's where
going
the
again.
salt came from.
Yeah.
You.
All right. So does
So
it look like it's been cleared out, or does it look like
Yeah,
there's a
the
magical
salt-
barrier?
How could
is-
you tell the difference? You know.
But it looks like
Well-
it's melting, right? The salt is lowering the melting temperature, and the snow's melting.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense.
I don't think our characters are noticing that, but
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't look like it's been. It doesn't look like it's been shoveled out or anything, right? It looks like a clear divider.
Well, you guys walk closer to get a really good look at this and figure out what the hell's going on.
I can see into this cave, by the way. I do have improvision.
Yeah, and it's light outside anyway, so
Yeah.
you know you can see it. You walk right up to the edge of this mine, and I want perception checks.
I
from the
don't want to
party.
walk right up to the edge of it. If my party walks right up to the edge of it, I want to trail behind them.
yeah. I mean, I think from
Ferris's idea of walking right up to an entrance is to peer around it from like behind a wall, because walking right up in front of an entrance is a no-go.
I mean, I think
No
I
bueno.
stop 10, 20 feet away, like you were saying, and I'm gonna chuck a snowball in from there and try and get a look.
Ooh. All right, so before anyone even gets all the way to the mine, Grimes hurls a snowball in, and the snowball just disappears as it enters through the mine entrance. It just like doesn't go
Does
in.
it melt or does it just vanish?
It just vanishes.
I'll
I'm
try
gonna
stone.
pull. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna pull out one of those logs of firewood I have, and I'm gonna try like poking it forward very slowly, and seeing what happens as it pushes through.
So Ferris gets a stick or a log or
Very,
something,
very slowly.
and like gets right up on the edge of the wall and starts to like reach around. And as he does so, part of the wall on the inside shifts, and stepping out from the wall is a 6 foot tall humanoid figure composed entirely of salt.
Does anyone have the ability to produce an electrical current? Because we have water and we have salt, so if we pass an electrical current through it, we can create explosive gases and we can just ignite this guy and not fight him.
Ferris, like seeing this thing move, like falls backwards and starts to run back a little bit to the party.
I'm a simple man. I see enemies, I draw my sword. Roll initiative. 6! Yes, I hope this
What do
guy
I
can take damage.
have in my...
Fuck, initiative button.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Assault column.
performing some electrolysis through salt would be good. That would make an explosion.
You blow up the whole mine though, wouldn't you? Maybe.
But we'd blow up any other person in here. That's a lot of experience.
Yeah, so it works like that.
I feel like we're missing a
You're
Yarmir
missing me.
initiative. Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing yet. I'm trying to think about all the things I have in my person. I might just be boned. I don't think I can fight this. Okay. This is the first thing I should do in every fight.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay,
So where did the snowball go? Like, was it like it disappeared into a portal? Like it magically vanished as it passed? Like it was flying through
you
the
know,
air?
you'll
and, like,
probably need to repeat the experiment to really get a good idea, because you kind of tossed it from 20 feet away, and then something surprising happened, and you need to repeat your experiments here.
Cool.
Starting with Marshall, you're the first one. You're still kind of 20 feet away from the entrance and everything as this golem of salt appears.
I can get in range though, right?
Yeah, totally. You close the distance
19.
and swing and hit.
Does he step into the cave to do this?
No, the salt golem is right next to the entrance. And
Does his sword disappear as it crosses the barrier?
He
I am not.
does not. Your sword strikes the creature. Please roll me damage.
11.
Thank God.
Question before we... Just from past knowledge, I've had Detect Magic on and seen the snow. Does this snow radiate magic?
It does not.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. What's this? Ah, that's where we are.
I hope this isn't a golem.
Well,
It does say salt golem, yeah.
Because a lot
Oh,
of
does it
those are
say salt golem?
It does say
Yeah.
salt
Initiative.
golem, but you know, these are all custom creatures. So
Golems, I think, are like resistant to anything non-magical, right?
Well, tell us, Neal.
Depends
how
on the
does-
kind of golem.
How does it
Yeah.
look after he takes 11 damage from a longsword?
he looks like a chunk of salt falls off where his pectoral muscle would have been if he was an actual person, and just like tumbles to the ground.
So he looks like he's taken some damage. There's like a chunk of him
He
missing.
has taken damage.
Okay.
Thank
Feels good, man.
gods. Where am I? Hold on, I'm missing some notes here. Am I? I think I am. Oh, wow. No, I'm not missing notes. Okay, I'm fine. It's all good. It's all good. Perfect. All right, that is 11 damage. And on the next order here, Yaromir.
I begin tracing the symbol of a heater shield in front of me, and I cast the shield spell.
Okay, you have cast shield. Grimes.
All right, I step beside William. Can I flank the golem without stepping past the threshold of the mine?
No, you have to step into
I
the
will
mine.
stay outside of the mine, avoiding any portals.
Shenanigans.
Bringing my pick down with a 17.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Nice.
5 points of damage, and a left hook with a dagger for a crit with a 19,
Ooh.
maybe?
19 does... Which is after clear by 4 or 5? I can't even remember
5.
anymore.
5,
No,
it's
it
natural
does not
18.
crit.
There you go. Neil, ignore
Yeah.
this. It's a private roll. I'm testing something.
Sure.
Nope.
Okay.
For another 5, so 10 damage
Nice.
total.
All right. Good job. Wow, that's a lot of damage. The salt golem steps through the entranceway and brings its fist to bear against Barris.
Wouldn't it
Barris
be
is
William? Because
behind
William's
us.
in melee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I felt
so
William's
here's...
charged
provoke
into
an
melee range.
opportunity
I
attack.
never,
All right,
I never
hold on.
meleeed it,
Let's-
but William
let's-
is.
So, combat rounds kind of break up movement into an awkward thing. When you were at the edge and starting to poke through is when the combat round started. So
Right.
you're like, you're dropping your log, getting your bow and arrow, and moving back. Meanwhile,
Oh.
these people have moved up, and it gets you before you've had a chance to retreat behind anyone, since we're doing turn-based combat.
That's right, I forgot Ferris.
Was I ever?
approached
What,
the
what I'm
mine.
wondering though is, was it literally like in melee range to me? Because William charged it into melee range.
I think
So
it jumped
you
you.
were close enough that
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. I thought I was a little bit further back, but if
Yeah,
it
I
was in
forgot,
melee
Because you were
range, that's fine.
just
I
like
forgot
poking
you-
around the corner.
Okay. I have 18 AC.
It's not gonna hit you, man. Roll cool here. Neil's been too lucky.
It's 16 to hit.
18
Oh.
AC.
Is a miss, I
Yeah.
suppose.
There we go.
And its left hand comes swinging by with a 22 to hit.
Not a crit.
June
No,
dual
my-
wielding penalties.
They are included in its stat block. You take 7 points of damage as the salt golem bashes you around.
Okay.
Last but not least, it's your turn.
I fall back a little ways. I take a withdrawal, I guess.
Which is an action which prevents you from shooting your arrows at the end of the round.
Yes.
Initiative.
Does it pursue him or does it stay? Like
It's not its turn, so.
I mean, typically, if you try to withdraw, you can close. You can right. You can stay
Yeah,
engaged.
it can choose to pursue me if it wants, but it would take an attack of opportunity from William.
The golem does not do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Initiative?
Yes,
Yep.
please.
Nice roll, Greg.
Fuck. Keep forgetting about the button.
Yaramir, you are first.
All right. Yaramir, with his new shiny shield, begins tracing the shooting star on his chest and unleashes a volley of magical missiles at the creature.
Fuck it up.
And I have macros for this now.
Woo! 7 points of damage as your magic missiles strike home. Okay. Next up is the Salt Golem. The entrance to the mine is not that big, and the golem seems to more or less ignore Grimes and Kel William and tries to walk between the two of you. You could let it pass you, or you could try and hold it back in place. What are you gonna do?
I think we let it pass, and I just smack it in the back with a pick as it passes.
You let it pass and get attacks of opportunity on its back.
All right.
Ooh, 12
is a
including back
miss,
attack.
Unfortunately. 20 is a hit.
Okay. 13.
Ooh. Huge amounts of damage. All right. It has just enough movement to reach poor Ferris, who was running away. And it comes up to you, Ferris, as you've like just got your bow out and you're pulling your arrow, and then you look up and this salt golem is right before you. It reaches out a hand to smash you, with a 16 to hit, and its other hand comes with a total of a 20 to hit.
Okay.
Which deals you a whopping 8 points of damage as it crushes into your
but
side.
barely.
Oh shit, you're looking low.
Yep.
Oh my god. Are you literally at 1 HP?
Yes.
Oh my god. Alright, Marshall, it's your turn. Marshall and Grimes at the same times.
Back attack, right?
Yes, sirs.
Yeah, I think we just pursue the creature.
12 is no good.
You get bonus attacks this round, don't you? But
Yes, he does
anyways,
at the end of the round.
Oh,
Grimes,
ice
crit.
pick crit
You absolutely crit this creature.
for 9 points of damage. And an offhand for another
Hit.
Damn.
2 points, so another 11 total.
Okay. The Salt Golem is pretty badly hacked up at this point.
Okay.
It's just kind of like crumbling to the ground all around it.
I'll finish it off. Don't even
Ferris,
worry.
it's your turn. The thing's right in front of you.
I'm taking. There's no point in running. It'll catch up to me. So I'm just gonna drop my bow, take 2 weapons out, and make my dual weapon attack. First roll at +4, second one at +3. That's terrible.
Terrible. Absolutely terrible. Kill Marshall, it's your turn.
Second attack. 17.
Is a hit.
Alright. 6.
It is alive.
Shit.
All right.
Well, initiative.
Grimes is shouting behind it. Oi, you big dumb lunk of rock! I'm right behind you.
Ooh, I got a good
it.
roll.
Nice. At least we know these things are stupid, though. We can bait them.
Okay. I need. Where is my spells?
Save your magic, Yaramir. I think this thing's almost dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, sure.
All right, Ferris, you're first.
So
There
that
you
first
go.
one is a hit, second one's a miss, so that's gonna be D8 +2. Takes another 5 damage.
You hack into it, and the creature crumbles at your feet.
Nice.
Motherfucker. Oh, not even close.
So
I
the guy at
touch,
1
I
HP.
Yeah.
touch its body and then like taste my finger. Is it salt?
It's salt.
What was that? I say,
I
looking
want
to
to look at
Yaramir.
the entrance of the cave. You said
Ferris like collapses against the wall, like grabbing at his like sides, and goes, Yaramir!
you said the wall shifted.
God damn it.
Is
Yes.
is there
is
like a salt golem-sized hole in the wall?
Yes, that looks exactly like the size of a salt golem.
Ferris pulls out his 2-pound block of salt and throws it at Yaramir.
Yes, man. They will be there in a minute. You seem alive and well.
You could have healed him this round, though, right?
I can't heal him this round, no.
D3 points of damage from his healing proficiency. Whatever. Who cares?
No, he took that damage last round. I can't heal him.
Doesn't
You can heal
matter.
him the
Doesn't
next
matter. It's
round,
fine.
right?
Let's keep going.
I can go stitch you up a little bit. I'm very worried about the idea of a golem that can come out of the walls of a salt mine, because it either could be lots of them or it could reform, right? Like, we might have killed this form, but the magic could just produce more of them.
Can I toss a chunk of salt into the mine?
From the golem?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Piece of
You
rubble.
toss it in and it just tumbles and kind of breaks apart as it rolls through the mine.
What if I
Ferris
kick
grabs a
some
new
snow
2-pound
in?
block of salt from this creature's remains, adding a whole new layer of eating his fallen enemies.
You kick snow in here and it just kind of like fades and like disappears.
Is it
I'll
melting
try.
or is it disappearing?
It's like disappearing.
Neal, I'll try a javelin. Like, poke it through the hole and then try and pull it back.
Totally fine.
Does it disappear, though, when it goes
Nope.
in?
Not in the slightest.
All right, I'll be brave and step past the threshold.
You
Does all the
step
water in my body disappear? And
No. But you find yourself in like an uncomfortably warm area. You step into the mine and it's like 70 degrees.
How's that uncomfortable? I bet in the
Because
fir-
you're like covered in like heavy furs.
Sure, but I
and
think
even,
for the first couple of seconds, it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
guys, it's really nice in here.
What do you mean? I take a step in. Oh. Hey.
Is it like a supernatural threshold, or is it just like a warm cave?
No, there is a supernatural threshold right at the mouth of the cave.
Well, it looks like we found something.
And you definitely see there's like a vertical sheet of snow piled up on the outside.
There could be more of these things in the walls, though. I say, looking at the hole where the other one came out. They're pretty stupid, though. It looks like we can sort of like bait them and then attack them from behind.
Ferris, what'd you do to piss this one off?
Existed.
Anyone look? They can
worked for me.
A thought. Ferris was the one that entered the cave, the salt mine.
Technically, the stick I was holding entered the cave. I did not.
Yes, but you were intruding upon it. Perhaps the snow itself, the creature was used to. It has no doubt had wind and snow blown in here before. So Grimes was not subject to its wrath, but perhaps by you entering, it is like guardian of some kind? Is only thing you did differently than rest of us.
If it's a guardian, then perhaps there's only one.
Well, perhaps. It is possible. It's possible.
Well, we can't sleep out here on the ledge, so...
Okay, before I enter the barrier, I want to consult my bones, and I want to ask, has the guardian been quelled, and will it return?
You get a response that says to you, peace and solitude.
Okay. Then I take that as a pretty good omen, and I will venture on in with the rest of the party.
What do your bones say, Yaramir?
They speak of peace and solitude, so perhaps we have quelled the guardian's temper for now.
That's good.
Neal, can I appraise the salt? I mean, I guess I want to. See what its value is. I mean, and one thing that I may be able to find out is this the same salt we found in the Yeti cave? Is it more valuable salt? Salt's probably just the same value across.
Salt is salt is salt is salt. We don't have like Himalayan sea salts that you can purchase.
Excuse me, I have like Himalayan sea salt in the cupboard. There's some black Hawaiian crazy lava salt.
Yeah, and it's all the exact same shit, and you're wasting your money.
Yep.
What are you talking? What? It's clearly a different color.
You're wasting your money.
We'll argue about salt another time.
I have found that sea salt is better to provides better flavor in some of my food than just table salt.
So,
it does.
yeah. Side note, conspiracy theories for Ryan to ramble on another time. They're finding microplastics frickin' everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
My prediction is sea salt is definitely 2016. The next big craze is going to be deep earth rock salt because it doesn't have all the microplastics in it.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to back you on this one, Ryan.
Oh yeah, no, I'm with him on that. Especially all the microbeads that we were putting in and everything.
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back to our environmental discussion later.
So is there just one path, Neal, down the mine, or?
Yeah, it's a single 10-foot wide passageway.
All right, Faris, take up the rear.
I should note, now that you've got some time to look around and you're not panicked by this thing, there's a structure in here made out of stone.
Oh, wow.
Maybe 15, 20 feet in, maybe 30 feet in.
All right, well, once we cross the threshold, I take out a lantern and it to Yarmir, or I'll carry it.
I can carry it. I have plenty of free hands.
Yeah, so I give it to Yarmir.
Head on into the mines.
I've got my shield up, sword drawn. Walk down the path.
Here it is.
Are there other passages, or is it just straight ahead and then a stone building?
Right now, it's straight ahead. There's a stone building, but the passageway continues beyond the building as well.
Okay.
You come to this building. It looks like an office of some sort. There is a desk, there is a chair, and in the chair is a desiccated body. It doesn't look like the other bodies you saw, which were frozen people. This looks like a person who has died and then mummified because of the natural dry conditions.
Okay.
Oh, because the salt naturally took the water out of his body. Yeah. Okay, cool.
Does the mine continue past this?
Yeah, the mine continues past this person as well.
Is the door locked?
No, there's not even a door on the.
Does he have a?
I want to trace the 5-pointed spike star on my eye and detect magic. I want to see if his body radiates magic. I'm also curious if the salt itself radiates magic, or if there's anything cool in here.
Sure. While you're doing that, you notice in the figure's arms are clutched a book.
All right, I will take that then.
Sure.
Perhaps your party's linguist should be.
At the side of a book, Ferris perks up a little bit. Is there anything written on the cover that's visible?
Totally. But you can't read it because it's not in a language you can understand.
Oh, good.
Surprise, surprise.
Does it look like a ledger though, or something like that? Or is it written?
It's all written. You don't see very many numbers or things that could be numbers. It just looks like text.
So I hand it. I open it up on this desk, look through it, and then hand it to Yarmir.
Awesome.
And
maybe you hand it to me after I finish scouring the room with.
Yeah, sure. All right.
Magic sight.
Is there a desk, Neal? Can I open
yes,
drawers?
There's a desk. Yeah.
Okay.
Where the hell did I put that? Oh, hey.
Hey.
Oh, no. Oh, man. I finally found my notes on that monster, and it's almost identical, except not... My notes are stronger.
Are you salty about your salt golem being underpowered?
Yeah, he had a 20-foot cone of salt shard breath that did 44 damage to everything within 20 feet, but I forgot about it.
44?
4d4.
I was going to say.
Guess you'll just have to make another one of those things.
I know. It's all right. So you cast Detect Magic and look about. You detect no magic in this room.
Any residual magic from the salt golem?
Nope, that's outside.
Okay, so there's no magic in this room. The body doesn't radiate magic like the body did previously.
Right.
I want to check the salt, like the actual salt in the mine. Like, so I'll step out of the stone building and like look at the salt.
Non-magical.
I want to go to where the hole, like where the imprint of the golem was.
Non-magical.
Interesting. Okay. I guess I'll just keep the sight on as long as it lasts. 2 rounds per level, so 6 rounds.
Yeah. So you're taking a look at things, and I think this is while you're looking, you don't notice something magical with your detect magic, but you do notice that there are words carved in the archway that is the entrance to the mine, and you also notice that it is inlaid with silver across the entranceway to the mine.
Interesting. What do the words say?
It's in Caledonian.
Can I spend some time to pick out ones I know? I know quite a few now.
You do know a few more now. But it's nothing that you can decipher right at this time.
Okay.
Also, I think we're just about out of time here, and this is a pretty solid stopping place before you guys, disturb something else. So why don't we sort of wrap up whatever we need to wrap up right now?
All right. Is there anything in the drawers?
No. Yeah, there are things in the drawers, actually. It's a well-furnished office that you might find in a salt mine. So, all the things. There's paper, there's pens, look at the ink's all, like, dried up and ruined. There's all sorts of stuff. There's even, like, an empty wine bottle right next to where the person was.
Do you think the salt letters would qualify as ancient magical items or ancient magic?
The silver runes, you mean?
They did not radiate magic from your detect magic spell, so they are.
I guess what I'm really asking is, can my arcanology spell tell me if how they work, or my arcanology proficiency tell me how they work?
Let me take a look here. Arcanology. Study in history, the study of the history and development of magic is termed arcanology. A character with expertise in this film is familiar with the works of past wizards. There's a source of powerful magic in the campaign's past. For example, Nethril or Myth Daran in the Forgotten Realms campaign settings. The arcanologist has a good idea of who the great mages were and what they were able to accomplish. Not archaeology. Special magic items, spells, and forms of magic wielded by these ancient sorcerers are familiar to the arcanologist. With a successful proficiency check, the arcanologist can identify the general purpose and function of an ancient magical item. The DM may apply a penalty of 1 to 4 if the item comes from a region outside the arcanologist's normal studies or especially rare or obscure. This ability doesn't help the character to identify items manufactured by the modern school or tradition of magic, whatever that may be. Yeah, give me an arcanology check real quick. Here,
All
buddy.
right.
The purpose is to melt the snow.
24, nice and solid. These look like classical protection runes that are devised more as like words of warding and warning, if that makes sense.
Okay.
But they specifically don't radiate magic. But there's definitely like some sort of protected thingy going on around here.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Then I won't take the silver out of them yet.
Yeah, well, like the whole thing is like silver that's been like letters are carved with, right? You'd have to like disassemble the whole archway to take.
Okay,
the silver
I
out.
won't take it down yet.
Yeah.
Cool. So Grimes shouts down the mine shaft, "Echo, echo, echo." Can I gauge how deep it goes? Like, is this a dungeon? Is the dungeon waiting to be explored next time on Frozen Frontier, or is it like there's 3 rooms down there and we're done?
You can take a poke around.
I mean, do you want me to
it's
roll
not much. We don't have to roll anything. The mines are worthy of exploration. But you're not going to find any monsters in here. We can just say Grimes like walks around and maybe takes like an hour or two to walk through everything. You find a few other corpses as well that are desiccated, that look just like this last one that you saw, but they're not in that front office room. They're kind of deeper in the mine, just around a corner.
So we finished exploring the mine. Is that what you're saying?
No, but I'm just giving you like a brief overview of it. But
so are there deep shafts that we aren't going to get to in like an hour or so of hanging out here? Is it like we can?
I want to save the exploration of the mine for next week.
Neal hasn't rolled up what's in it yet. He needs a.
I want to save it for next week, so we don't start off next week and guys like, all right, we're done with the mines. Let's move on. I want that to be the beginning of next week's interactions. So I'll answer those questions then.
Yeah.
XP.
Right. You guys are in a resting spot. Let's solve our experience problem here. The Salt Golem, which I used his original stat block, is worth less than he originally was because now
that's not how. If you forget to use a magic power, that doesn't decrease its experience. It still have that.
I recreated the monster from scratch on the moment that didn't have these extra abilities.
DM hacks.
Yep.
Player whining.
If you ambush a wizard and murder him before he gets a chance to shoot off his fireball, that doesn't decrease the danger of the fireball.
No, this creature didn't. So I wrote up a stat block, and then I forgot it. And so when you encounter the creature, I created a new stat block that did not have these abilities. So you don't get experience for abilities that the creature was supposed to have, but then didn't end up having in the end. Right?
He could have had it and just didn't use it. Whatever.
He didn't have it and didn't use it. He just didn't have it. Or he didn't have... Yeah, he didn't have it and not... Okay. You get some experience.
You're arguing over like 100 XP or something. It's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so experience for fighting the monster. Experience for finding the town. A fully intact town.
Yep.
Experience for finding some extra bodies. You didn't get to explore them, but you found them. You found a ghost. That's worth something. And you found these mines. That's worth something.
Yaramir learned some of the language.
Yeah, I'm gonna give Yaramir like one big block of experience for like learning the language at the end. I'm not gonna increment it.
Yeah. I almost feel like the reward for that is the proficiency. Right?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Well, we'll deal with that when it's complete. I don't want to increment forevers. Did you solve any mysteries? Did you uncover any good, or did you create any new mysteries today?
Only the magic of the mine.
Right.
Really.
I guess there's a new mystery in what's causing that one house to raise a ghost every night.
Yeah.
Okay. And divide it by... Oh, wait, I forgot role-playing experience. Divide by 1. It's been a little while. We're a little out of practice. We'll get some role-playing experience. Oops. And divide that by 4 people. Everybody, please take home 1,187 experience points. If you have your 10%, it's 1,308 if you have your 10%.
So we should be at 10,199.
Yep.
Except for
4 or 5.
94.99.5.
Only 3K away from a level up.
So I did level up then, if that's how much.
Nice.
Fantastic.
I am now level 4.
Would you like to roll us some hit points?
No, I don't think I'm rolling very well. So is it a D6?
Yeah.
Because we have new wizard.
Right, new wiz.
Okay. Roll high, baby. I'll take it.
Oh, yeah.
God, I needed that.
How much HP have you got now?
So I need to get back to my max HP and get off of this damn 4.
I think you gain a proportional amount of HP.
No, I don't know about that. That's crap.
All right, you don't have to.
What's your max
HP? 4 HP. That's what you got. You just have like a better chance of living if you heal up. I don't get a proficiency slot until 5th, right? That's all. That's all I got. Maybe new saves I think I get new saves.
You might get another spell per day.
You do another second level spell.
Yeah.
Maybe.
In fact, you
I get spell slots. Yeah. I get to memorize new more.
And you can relearn spells.
Yeah, I think you get a first and second level spell slot.
That's pretty big.
I already had a second level spell slot. Yeah. I get more first and second level spell slots.
Yeah.
That's the best thing. You get an extra 1 and the extra 2 as well. You go from 2-1 to 3-2, or 3-2 to 4-3 in your case.
He goes from 2-1 to 3-2 plus his additional.
Yeah.
Special.
What's your max HP?
Well, you know what I do get as a geometer? Me and Neal gotta make a mechanic. We talked about this with the eyeball. That's okay. We can do it off stream. It's cool.
Okay, cool. Because I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
I get special geometer bonus for 4th level.
Right. Sure. Cool. So this is it for Frozen Frontier. I hope we'll all be back next week.
I'm here.
Yeah. 2 weeks in a row?
I should be.
Oh my god.
Super hyped for 2 weeks in a row. Holy shit.
Oh my god. How amazing. All right. Then we'll see you guys all next week for more Frozen Frontier. There's not going to be a Misclicks this week or a Hero's Graveyard this week, but there will be a Shenanigans, and there will be a Fatal one, and maybe a Dicing with Death?
Yay.
We can see about that. Yeah.
Well maybe not. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not going to promise it right now.
Yeah.
Come on, guys, do it.
Discussion thread is up already, in case you're interested in that.
Yeah, discuss the ghosts and the salt.
Much salt.
Be sure to follow me on Twitter. I have a new T-shirt line coming out soon. Be sure to get in on that and get on early.
That'd be sick.
And follow me on Instagram. We can, exchange.
Are you trolling right now?
I think so.
No. And you can follow me on Foursquare. We can do whatever the fuck it is Foursquare does.
Do you have a Patreon as well, Sean?
Oh yeah. That's it's Walter White. Should be pretty easy to find me on there.
No, we can put it later. All right, that's it, guys. We will see you next time. Bye-bye, everyone.